What's up, Minivan Movie Club? I'm your host, Nick, and it's time to hop into another MCU movie. The new Captain America, Brave New World, has hit the big screen, and the reception has been mixed. We live in a hot take culture, where people feel the need to push their opinions to an extreme. But today we're going to take an honest look at what Brave New World gets right, and where it misses the mark. Let's jump right into the category most people will be interested in, and that's Sam Wilson as Captain America. In a perfect world, Chris Evans as Steve Rogers would play Captain America forever, but that's just not realistic. He's an actor, and people move on. If anyone's capable of successfully picking up the mantle, it's Sam. He's been along for the ride through most of the MCU, and he's got that never-quit spirit with the constant desire to do the right thing that it screams Captain America. What makes Captain America such a core figure in the Avengers lineup is his moral compass, and Sam delivers on being someone who's trying to do the right thing to live up to Steve's legacy. Steve was an absolute beacon for humanity to strive towards, while Sam is more of an example of what applying Steve's ideals looks like in action. He's grounded and relatable, which works for the new chapter of Cap's story. That's 1 point for the good side. Here's where things get a little bit of a mixture. Thaddeus Ross, Joaquin Torres, and Isaiah Bradley all work well for this movie. Harrison Ford's portrayal of Ross, especially as a man losing control, is a scene stealer whenever he's on the screen. On the other hand, Sabra was terribly miscast. She looks like she would be running security detail for Munchkinland, much more than a widow. Her framing in certain scenes made it seem like she was from a plot straight out of The Orphan. Visually, it just didn't work. The main villain, Samuel Stearns, is also underutilized. He walks around in broad daylight with his big green head, which kinda doesn't make any sense, and his role seems like it's more about moving the Hulk storyline forward than being a central antagonist for Captain America. This section earns a half a point for both the good and bad side. Most people that go to an MCU movie, they just want to see some sweet action. And Brave New World doesn't disappoint. Sam Wilson's Captain America has a unique fighting style that separates him from Steve and Bucky. He's more of an acrobatic, crafty kind of fighter, which leads to some cool fights that feel fresh. They also find creative ways to integrate Red Wing, Sam's Wings, and S.H.I.E.L.D. into combat, and the mixture of the three is always pretty entertaining. And for his showdown with the Red Hulk, worth the price of admission alone. It's great to see a rage-fueled Hulk again after all the Smart Hulk appearances. Big win for the action scenes. This one gets a full point. This is where we get another mixed bag. It's not cringy or bad like Madam Web, but there also isn't going to be anything really profound that comes out of this movie. It's your standard MCU humor. Some of the quips land, some of them don't. On the other side, there's no do better Senators moment, so I appreciate that restraint. It gets a half point for both good and bad. The MCU has faced a lot of criticism for their poor visuals post-Endgame, but Brave New World does a solid job in its action scenes. Red Hulk, Captain America, the Falcon, they all look good in their respective sequences. Where the visuals fall short is a few scenes, likely from the reshoots, where the soundstage and digital backdrops are painfully obvious. These moments are pretty jarring, so this section also gets a half point for both the good and the bad side. The general plot works well enough. It answers some lingering questions from The Incredible Hulk, Eternals, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's not groundbreaking or jaw-dropping, but it does what it needs to do to set up Thunderbolts and potentially Doomsday storylines. This is another half a point each for both the good and bad side. Overall, Captain America Brave New World is a solid movie. It's not terrible like Madam Web or Morbius, but it's also not on another level like Winter Soldier or Ragnarok either. Its good points outweigh its bad, and it's a fun comic book movie. If you are someone who hates the idea of Sam Wilson as Captain America, or you are over the genre of superhero movies in general, this film probably won't change your mind. Personally, I wanted it to be an amazing movie, and part of me is sad that it's not. I want Sam Wilson to have a fair shot as Cap, and I wish the circumstances like the reshoots and the MCU factors had been better for him to have more credibility. Similar to how Miles Morales got an elevated story that surrounded him with the Spider-Verse, I wanted that same thing for Sam Wilson. But hey, that's just my 2 cents. What did you think of Captain America Brave New World? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Peace.